Sorry about that. I am a retired teacher turned full-time coach. My mom was diagnosed with lung cancer in 2017 in February. And I finished out that school year, and my husband and I came to the conclusion, and we came to the decision that it was better for me to stay home, and Beachbody helped get me to that spot where I can stay home and be her full-time caregiver. And thank God that we made that decision, because a year to the date of her diagnosis, she passed away. So I was able to, know with everything that I gave her my all that last year of her life, and I was there for her, and I still had my Beachbody business. I still had that going on for me. So it really was, this has been life-changing for me. And me being home for that year, we came to the conclusion that we kind of liked having me home. Everything kind of flowed really well. And even though the kids are big, they still need me. I didn't know how much a teenager in high school would need me until I was actually home. So it was kind of like they were 3 years old again. Not so needy, but they still needed me. A lifetime 2-star diamond. I am founder of what used to be Diesel Dynasty. We just went through a revamp and a renovation. Our team is now Team Empowered to Rise. I took a look at my team, and we are women that have gone through hell and back. We are fighters, we are warriors, and every single one of them have empowered themselves to rise above anything that they've gone through. So we decided that we changed that name, and we just kind of revamped our team, which is really exciting. I was a Shakeology skeptic. I was the one who made fun of Shakeology. I would talk very nasty things. I would speak horribly about it. And when I was 3 weeks into T25 and everybody else was losing weight, I went back and called my coach, Christina Delgado, and I said, I think I got to drink this shake. And I heard you say something about a discount, so can I sign up that way? And I literally took a picture the day that I started drinking Shakeology, because it was still my goal to prove that this Shakeology did nothing. Well, 3 weeks later, I noticed my body was changing. I said, okay, well, maybe there's something to the Shakeology. So I became a Shakeology cheerleader based on my transformation and what it did for me, not only on the exterior of my body, but also interior, the insides. I love burgers. I haven't had a burger since before I did the reset about 6 weeks ago. I don't know how it's going to affect my body, but I do love a great burger. I love wine, chocolate, and I am a champion napper. So, and I'm a closet science nerd. I really do love naps. I'm a closet science nerd. I will talk your ear off about all things science, especially nutrition, biology. I wanted to go into school for medicine. I ended up becoming a teacher. Go figure. So there you go. So that's a little bit about me. You know where I'm coming from. I was the skeptic. I didn't want anything to do with network marketing. And here I am. The joke's on me, right? That's always something that I talk about. So let's get into the basics here, okay? How do we earn money here, okay? Basics. You guys know this. We earn commissions. 25% commissions from all sales, 20% from apparel sales. Beachbody On Demand, if I'm correct, it's around 34%, I want to say, right? Team Cycle bonuses, it's a bonus that is paid weekly to qualified emeralds and above. That's why we're constantly pushing for you guys to hit emerald right away, because that qualifies you for those Team Cycle bonuses. It's such an important rank advancement, and it's because we want you to earn that income. And when you start accumulating that and banking that volume, you'll start earning that bonus. But we want you at emerald right away. You'll earn from subscriptions also, which is the Beachbody On Demand, and then bonuses, the quarterly bonuses. After you hit emerald, we start talking about diamond and 2-star diamond, because 2-star diamond is where you start getting those bonuses. Fast start bonuses, matching bonuses when you're ruby, and 10% matching bonuses when you hit diamond. And I'll kind of touch on that also, so that you can understand where it is that all this income is coming from. But that's the importance of rank advancing and getting up there. So I don't see any comments that are popping up. I don't know if anybody has any questions. Are we good? Okay, so let's talk about the difference between personal volume and team volume. So personal is personal. What's that volume that you're bringing in? It's the value that's assigned to the products and memberships that you're selling yourself at the end of a bonus period, okay? When you're talking about team volume, that's the sum of all the team, what everybody's generating from the purchases made from them and their retail customers. So this is all volume that's building up, which is a beautiful thing. It's not that you're taking anything away from your customers or your team members. This is just something that's accumulating, and the company is going to gift you and reward you and pay you on that, okay? Which is why you want to build a team. Personal volume is great, but when you have a team, it's so much greater and it's so beneficial for you. Okay, next. Okay, I know this is very wordy and I have a diagram for the next slide, so just kind of stick with me here, okay? So how do you earn team cycle bonuses? Anything that you're generating on the left and the right sides, all of that counts in your downline. Everything that's being generated in your downline is counted. So you earn a cycle when your accumulated team volume totals at least 300 points altogether. So that's your right leg and your left leg combined. The 300 team volume is used for a cycle, and that'll be deducted from each leg. One leg is 200 points and the other leg is 100 points. Maybe we need the little funny men to show this one, right? I need all the stick figures. Here's a pen and here's a scissor, and let's add another scissor and let's add some Scotch tape. Okay, it's literally an accumulation of points that are happening on each leg. You're gonna have a strong leg and a weak leg. The strong leg gets 200 points taken away and the weak leg gets 100 points taken away, and then you're gonna cycle, okay? Anything that stays on that weak leg, it's usually the weak leg. Is it the weak leg? No, the strong leg, excuse me, is carried over, and it's held in this like bank account. And it's a beautiful thing when you see that carryover volume just kind of accumulate. And when you start making enough team volume on that weak leg, and the computer just starts taking from that carryover volume deposit bank account, wow, that is the most beautiful thing, because then you start cycling even more. So let's see what does this look like in a diagram, okay? And I know these numbers look kind of small. You're like $14, $16, $18. Oh, how is that going to accumulate into something amazing? It does. And my husband had told Christina the same thing. She goes, $14? What do you mean my wife's going to make $14 a week? That's just ridiculous. That's silly. But once she explained this to him, he says, okay, everything's going to compound, and it's just going to be this big old mass accumulation. Then he understood it. So here we have, in this example, the right leg is the weak leg, and the left leg right here is the strong leg. So the computer on Wednesday night at midnight is gonna go ahead and it's gonna generate that cycle. It's gonna take 100 from that weak leg, 200 from the strong leg, and that's one cycle. And depending on where you are in rank, here, this is an emerald, this person is making $14 a cycle. Because it took 100 and 200 here, and there's still another 240 here, it's going to take 340, excuse me, it's going to take 200 from the left side and 100 from the other side until one of them's at zero. So this person at Emerald cycled twice and made $28. Okay, Christina, 28 bucks. Woo-hoo, right? Yes, woo-hoo. Let's talk about what happens when we really start cycling. Okay, this is really old, but I love this diagram because it shows what can happen. Okay, you can either go crazy with retail, which is fine. There are people that love the retail side of this business. I am not a retail heavy person. For me, my jam is talking to people, helping them get fit for life, helping them get started, and building a business for themselves because they love their transformation. And that's just how my business exploded at the beginning. And that's just how it always was for me. I just started building a team. So if you notice here, let's just call this the first year for this person. They're a retail coach, right? They made a sale. This looks like a Shakeology. They made their $29, right? They don't have a team yet. They haven't built anything just yet. But let's take a look at a year later. Their retail commission is $182. A couple Shakeologies, maybe that's, who else, whatever else, they sold on retail. But look at this team bonus. That team bonus is what that person's team is doing. So they probably rank advanced to diamond. They probably have a huge team in their downline, and their cycles are beautiful. So $18 a cycle. Look at what can happen with just your team creating and building a team also, right? And look at the next year. Like, these are beautiful numbers. And look at the retail commission. It's a bag of Shaco, a bag of something, something, right? But look at that team bonus. That person that week sold one thing, but that person's team, everything that that person's team was doing created that number right there. That I'm sure includes the rank that they're at, you know, all of these different things that are going on. Now, our back office shows matching bonuses a little differently. It shows us the 10% and the 5%, but these matching bonuses, when I spoke about at Ruby, you earn 5% of what your coaches cycle. Let's say you had a coach that cycled $14. You had an emerald in your downline that cycled one cycle, you'll earn $1.40. I know that sounds like nothing, but if you have multiple emeralds in your downline, you are earning $1.40 for all those coaches who cycled. So not only are they being rewarded with a bonus, a team cycle bonus, but you're also rewarded with a small token of, you know, the 10% at Diamond. At Ruby, you earn 5%. So that's a beautiful thing there. Should I stop and freeze for a second or keep going? Any questions that I should keep going? Okay. So do you see the value of getting started with a team? Now, here's the beautiful thing too, is that your account can look like this, but you also, for those of you who are married, for those of you who have a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case may be, you want to do the same thing with your spouse account. I know Danielle McKean is like the master at this. She simultaneously built herself and her husband, which is like, still, I'm constantly bowing down to her. Imagine your account and then your spouse's account in your downline doing this. Not only creating this kind of income in your account, your spouse's account is creating this income and boosting your volume in your account. That just blows my mind completely, which is why we always say, sign up your spouse, because that only means that's going to increase the income in your household. When I signed up my husband, Christina told me her story that she waited for like 10 months to sign up her husband, to sign up Danny, and she lost out on so much volume. I was like, no, sign up my husband. And I was in a not very common position. I had to rush to sign him because I had two people that wanted to get started. They saw my transformation. They saw what I was doing and they wanted to jump in. And so I had to make sure I placed my husband right away before I added those two other coaches, because I didn't want him to lose that top position. And the carryover volume that he has right now really is insane. He's just sitting there right now. I'm not touching him. He's just holding a spot. He's good to go right now. And when I need him, I'll go ahead and activate that account and go crazy. And he did. He was a diamond for me when I hit 2-star, but he's just sitting there for me right now. Right now, I don't need to do anything with him. But it's nice to have that income coming in. That's another paycheck coming into my deposit, into my checking account. I hope that makes sense to you all. So always the spouse. My mom was also on my other leg. I was able to control her account on the other leg. She just wanted her Shakeology. She didn't want to build a business. She just loved her Shaco, her strawberry Shaco. So she held a spot there. So although I didn't really need her, I signed her up in there because why not? It was a controlled account and she wanted her Shaco. Why not get it at a discount? So you want to maximize your income. Like I said, I'm not a heavy retail person. I'm in a Hit Success Club, of course. I love selling the challenge packs and I'm able to share the value in a challenge pack because it really is. It just makes sense. Continue with your Shakeology. If you watch the National Wake Up Call today, Megan talked about how she maximizes Shakeology, her Shakeology sales, and she keeps those Shakeology customers. That's a huge way to continue to maximize your income, because it's true, we do have a lot of customers that'll fall off, but if we continue to keep them on Shakeology and keep it fresh and keep them excited about it, they're going to stick around, and that's a $30 check that you didn't really have to do anything for. Residual income. The subscriptions, Beachbody On Demand, as you continue selling them every month, you should probably have a renewal. You know, if you've been here doing this long enough, every month you're having a renewal come through, and that's extra income, passive income that's coming in. For me, building volume is key. I think it's one of the best ways for you to increase your income is to build a team, recruit, rank advance, 2-star and above. The bonuses are beautiful there. I think the last 2-star bonus was about $900. I don't know what the 5, 10, and 15-star bonuses were, but you want to hit those, right? You want that. And then the carryover volume accumulation, which is that special bank account, that anything that the computer did not use or cycle just sits there and will start tapping into once your other leg starts hitting big numbers as well. So when you start getting a little bit more even, or maybe the weak leg turns strong, the computer's going to start taking from that carryover volume, from that little account that's holding on to any extra volume that it didn't use, and it's going to start helping to cycle you. And then coach placement. And this is the way I was coached when I became an Emerald. It was become Emerald and then place new coaches in your weak leg. Depending on how you're building, I was building for volume. I was building to maximize my income. And that's what I advise my coaches to do if that's what they're chasing. If they're chasing income, which I think most of us are, I always advise to build the weak leg and then go back to the strong leg to build that. Of course, if you have somebody that you know is going to be a business builder, or they say that they're ready to run, you're going to place them strategically also. So there's different, ideas behind coach placement, but that's how to maximize money, your income, excuse me, not money. Well, yeah, money, right? All right. So this takes work. And you'll work very hard at the beginning. Here's my real talk. This is my real talk with love. You'll work very hard at the beginning for very little, but all of a sudden it'll flip. It's just one of these, it's like, oh my gosh, okay, now I see why I did all this hard work consistently every day. It'll flip on you. You'll want to quit. There are days you'll want to quit. I still, to this day, 6 years in, call my success partner and I'm like, that's it, I'm done. I'm quitting. I'm calling Christina and I'm telling her I'm done. And you know what? I'm not worried because they have Christina Delgado and she's an amazing coach and blah, blah, blah. And then of course they talk me off the ledge and then we're back. So here I am. This is why I'm still here 6 years later. So it's going to take time for you to see the fruit of your labor. Nobody gets a promotion at their 9 to 5 on the first day or the first week or the first month or even the first year. So you have to think about that also. How much work are you willing to put in order to get that promotion that you want? Stay the course. I promise you, it's worth it. It's worth it. Be here for the long haul. And it's Christina Delgado. She's like, oh, she always says, be here a year from now. And I always remind myself, be here a year from now. Even in my crazy phone calls to my success partner, I'm done. I'm over it. I don't want to do this anymore. I have to remind myself, be here a year from now. Grow. Have some growth. You don't want to stay stagnant, but be here a year from now. So that's it. I know I spoke really quickly, but I just want to be so respectful. I saw a mama with her baby, and I want to be so respectful about your time. But that's all I have for you, and I have a Q&A. I'm going to stop share so I can see your lovely faces. Hi. Do you all have any questions for me? Thanks, Jenny. Any questions? No? Couldn't have been that good.
No, I think the biggest takeaway too is even for me as well, it's always a good refresher because guys, there's new coaches on this call and there's vets, and I still get refreshed by this. This amplifies me to realize I made a good decision 3 years ago to put my husband at the top and to put my mom there as well. It was such a good decision. In the beginning, did I have my doubts? Did I realize it was an expense? It was an expense in the beginning. Yes, it was. But it drove me to earn it back. And I had total control. So I think the best thing is thank you for reconfirming that for me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And those bonuses are beautiful. Like the 2-star is my goal.
Yes. Get there.
Yes. Doing it.
Okay, I'm looking at the questions here. Okay. Desiree saves her family because it's freedom. Okay, love the piggy bank. Yes. Just picture that piggy bank. It's like cha-ching. Every time I'm cycling, I'm like, okay, I know. I'm fighting one of Christina's legs. So I'm constantly fighting her volume. So my carryover volume on my strong leg is ridiculous. So I'm constantly fighting her. Does everyone know what you have sitting on in carryover? Yeah, guys, calculate that. There's a formula to calculate how much money you have sitting in your carryover volume, in your piggy bank. I don't know it off the top of my head. Math and I are not friends. I would need to research it.
I'll share it if you want.
Okay, go ahead.
A simple way. So if you guys are looking at your Coach Online Office, if you go to monitor my business, and then you go to carry over volume,
yeah,
right? You're gonna have, I'm looking at mine now. You're gonna have your left leg carryover and then your right leg carryover. So mine, for say strong, is the left. So I would take that number, right? It's like 550, 100,000. It's insane, guys. Okay. Divided by 200, because that's your strong leg. Okay. Times $18 a cycle as a diamond. That's over $50,000 I'm sitting on. So there you go. That shows you the potential of, I need to work my weak leg, but I cannot catch up with it because I'm on a really strong leg. And so is Justin. So Justin is also sitting on about 50,000. My second CBC is sitting on about 50,000. It's 150,000 of potential just dangling in front of me all the time. Do you see the potential right here? So it just shows, man, our work is never done. After 7 years, I need to continue to grow. I still need to be here a year from now and get business builders right in certain areas. But just looking at numbers, that blows me away. And I'm like, gosh, like it only takes one person to run with this and become your lifer and blow it all up, and you cash that money in, right? Yep. So, exactly. I mean, look, Stacy, an incredible leader, blowing it up in my downline. Desiree, Jenny, like it just takes those one, leaders to just blow it up that create a lot of income. So that's the potential right there, is their carryover volume. So how you would figure it out on your weak leg is take the weak leg number, divide it by 100, right? Because you get the ratio of 200 and 100, and then you cycle one time. You take that number, divide it by 100, times it by 18, and that shows you how much your weak leg is sitting on. So that was just an easy way for me to figure it out.
Yeah. I'm in the same position as you. I'm in a very strong leg, and Vinny's in my strong leg. So we're both sitting on very strong legs. So I'm constantly fighting that weak leg. It's just, I mean, it's great for income, but I'm fighting that for rank too. So, but anyways, it is what it is. So yeah.
Also too, don't you think that you can lose that piggy bank too?
Yeah, the master plans.
And how simple is it? Can you share how you can lose that? Because this is where you have to check your office all the time.
When you go inactive, it's flushed down the toilet. So don't ever go inactive. Stay active always, because it'll be gone. It'll go down to zero. And it's,
if Danielle McKean went inactive, $50,000 in her account would be gone. Because
if you drop Emerald rank, which you don't want to drop Emerald rank because then you lose it all.
Is it dropping Emerald? I thought it was going inactive.
It's dropping Emerald rank. Because you lose your piggy bank. You start building a piggy bank once you get to Emerald.
Yeah.
So, I would think it's kind of the same, because going inactive is, she lost all of it last year.
Yes. It was like 50,000 that she lost or something.
After 1 year, it built all the way back up because of how fast it's growing. So you got to see 7 years in. It'll be 7 years next week. It blows my mind.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why you got to think, I got to build a team. I got to build a team. I got to be bold. I got to share the opportunity. I don't care. Nothing's going to hold me back. I'm going to share my why and vision. I'm just going to be bold,
They're not paying your bills.
Yeah.
They're not paying my bills. I'm going to invite you. I'm having a phenomenal time. I have an amazing community of women who are supporting me. I meet new women every day that I have a great relationship with. And that's what a lot of women are missing, and if you're worried about talking about income, talk about the community. What's really like empowering you and what's making you just go crazy over this opportunity, your transformation, community, fun. Like, I'm having fun again. I was closed off and I didn't want to have girlfriends, and now I have girlfriends. Like, that's crazy to me, So talk about what really fuels you. People want to know that there's something out there that they can do, get themselves healthy, be excited about something, and then make an income to help their family and contribute. So I know we have limited time now, so I'm going to zip it.
No, that's awesome. I love, you explained that so well. And I know people get confused with the, strong leg, weak leg and how it works. But I always say, once you start even building a 2 people team and you see that cycle bonus, I feel like it clicks and it makes you want to work. I know that's how it was for me.
Definitely.
So one thing I do, I try to do it once a month. I always go and look at my carryover because I'm sitting on like 10 grand. And it fires me up because I know I have a super strong leg and I have a weak leg. So I know I got to be working that weak leg if I want to cash in on that money.
Correct.
It's like somebody giving you a $10,000 check, say, here, if you do this, you can have it. So
absolutely.
Why are we not doing it?
Right. And then you also cap. So you want to get out of Emerald. You don't want to stay at Emerald. You cap at $250. That's how much you can make in your team cycle bonus. So the computer will stop at $250. You want to go to Diamond and beyond. So you want to be able to cash into that carryover. At Diamond, it's $1,000. At One Star, you'll get the $2,000. Like it'll cap, meaning it'll cycle up until it gets to $1,000, and that's all you're getting from your carryover. So you want to continuously rank advance, and that means recruiting and building your team. So all good things. All good things. And it's not hard. We just have to be passionate and, really be all in and really share. We're not just selling something here. We're selling life and vitality and energy and long life and time with your family and financial freedom. That's what we're selling.
Yeah. I mean, look what it did for, being there with your mom. You can't ever.
Yeah, it was, I can't ever say bad things about this.
Yeah.
Because it gave me that gift.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Christina.
Oh my gosh, it was my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Night, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.